Hi everyone, this is Rosana, and finally I got the time to create this tutorial so you can create this kind of a lantern. So hope you get inspired and create one. So let's start with the chipboard pieces that you will need to create this lantern. So let me put all the pieces in here so you can write on a paper or something the measurements and the pieces that you will need to create this. So I'm using like a medium weight chipboard. You can if you don't have chipboard, you can use the cereal boxes and glue two pieces together, and you can create this like a kind of medium chipboard piece. So okay, let's start with the base. This is what you need. You need 4 pieces of 4.5 by 1.5. 4 pieces of this. You will need 2 pieces of 1.5 by 1.5. You will need 1 little piece of 1.5 by 1.5. This part is optional and you will see, but if you want to do it, this is, let me show you this part over here. So for create that, you will need 4 pieces of 4.5 by 3/4, and you will need 4 pieces 4 by 6.5 inches. Everything is in inches, and this will create this part over here. You're gonna cut the middle. Let's start creating the base, this part over here, and you will see it's very easy to make. Put it over here. So you will need, for create the base, the 4 pieces that it measure 4.5 by 1.5, and 1 piece 4.5 by 4.5 inches. To create this this shape over here, you will need something in a circular shape, and I will show you how to make that. So I will take one first, and let's see, I have this base over here, this kind of shape, and you will try to just center the piece Okay, and then after you glue these two parts, you will need to measure, and sometimes you need to cut just a little bit of both ends so it will fit in the center. The base is now complete, as you can see. Don't worry about the glue and the mess. You're gonna cover all up with paper and paint. So the way that I do this is just put it upside down and just trace all around so I can cover what I wanted to cover with the paper. So I just trace. So my base is covered now with paper, and I don't worry about this part over here. I will paint that later. And after I cover the entire thing with paper, I just want all the edges be like refined. So I just use a nail file and pass the nail file in all of my edges. So I will do that and I will be back. So now the base is complete, as you can see, and let's start with the top part, this part over here. So you will need to make this part one piece 1.5 by 1.5 inches, 4 pieces of 4.5 by 3, and one piece 4.5 by 4.5. So let's start. We need to create like the triangle shape so we can create this part over here. So to create that, I just measure the center. I just measure where is the center, so it will fit the 1.5 by 1.5 piece. So we will need to find the center and measure 1.5 in the center. I just use my team holes and this is my center, this over here. So it will be this and this over here, from this part, and all we need to do is just trace a line from this part over here to this point over here, the one that you mark for the 1.5. And then just cut these two sides. So now I already have my 4 pieces. So all we need to do is just glue the parts together. And this is the 4.5 by 4.5. You will need the 1.5 by 1.5 to glue it, this part over here, and then just create the shape. Now this part is complete, and don't worry if you have a little bit of more of chipboard, you can cut and create the shape. And all we need to do right now is just cover the entire thing with paper. So I just do the same, just put the paper and trace every side and cover the entire thing with paper. So I will do that and I will be right back, okay? So this part is all covered with paper, and I don't mind about the edges too much because you can cover that with trims. Any imperfection you can cover with trims, just like this one. And now we need to create this part over here. So the way that I create this part over here, I use the Tim Holtz die, the brackets, and I use this one over here, and I just put my piece of 4.5 by 3/4 of an inch. I just put it just a little bit right here. Just put it just over this part over here. So you will cut that, and from this side to this side it will measure 4.5. So I will do that and I will be back, okay?